Are you all ready for the sun portrait exam?
I painted so many stars on the Walk of Fame. It was easy to make a portrait of the sun. And I think my portrait of the sun will be the most accurate.
Saturn, it seems your rings have gone to your head because I draw better.
Let's show our works all at once and compare them. 1, 2, 3.
My portrait is the most realistic.
Apparently, in some parallel reality.
It seems to me that something is missing in your portraits.
And you have too much. Satellites, rings, your ego.
Mine's better because it's yellow and it's also bright and...
You're all wrong. It won't be possible to see the sun from Venus because of its dense atmosphere.
Dense? It seems it's time for some depilation.
The clouds of Venus envelop the planet completely. During the day, it is impossible to determine even the position of the sun in the sky, not to mention the color of the star. Jupiter, you don't have a solid surface from which one could observe the sun.
You're 11 times bigger and 300 times heavier than me, but I'm still...
But if your surface was solid, strong gas storms and dense clouds would still not let you see the sun.
Jupiter, it looks like your senile dust is obscuring the sun.
Saturn, you seem to have double vision. You need glasses.
Venus, I can see this rusty blob in your canvas without glasses.
It's not about poor eyesight. Due to the fact that the upper cloud layer of Saturn consists of ammonium crystals and the lower one consists of water crystals, rays of sunlight are refracted. And there may be a false star effect in the sky.
Besides 7 rings and 82 satellites, Saturn also has crystals and 2 suns. And I have nothing. Life is unfair.
Oh, look, I'm a 3D painting. Mercury, my clouds are not as thick as those of Venus. I don't have storms like Jupiter. So, do I see the sun more realistically?
Earth, not really. Your atmosphere scatters the violet, blue, and other parts of the spectrum. And the yellow color doesn't scatter well in the atmosphere. That's why you see the sun in yellow shades. And you mislead people.
It's time to give marks for the portrait painting exam. Only Mercury has passed the exam.
Mercury, can you show us what you've drawn?
In fact, the sun is white, and I can see its true color. Not only because I don't have an atmosphere, the color can also be determined by the temperature. The temperature of the sun is about 10,000 degrees Fahrenheit. This is the middle of the spectrum, and therefore, the sun is white.
It's like looking in the mirror. Better than my selfies.
And I've drawn a portrait of a black hole.
I don't like myself at all.
Be like Earth. She loves herself as she is. Well, or go in for sports, like me.
You're right. I'm slow. I have the longest rotation period around my axis in the solar system.
Then running. I think 1 circle around the universe will be enough. 3, 2, 1.
What's the matter with her?
She's gonna run around the universe.
Around? The universe is flat. It has an edge.
The universe is round.
Oh, your statements qualify as high treason against the universe.
I demand a lawyer.
A lawyer!
Exclude Pluto. It's too small.
Exclude Pluto from the solar system.
But that's not what I meant. On the other hand, okay, we were quite fed up with Pluto anyway. So, Saturn claims that the universe is round. Let the lawyer speak.
Let's recall the precedent with Earth. People also believed that this planet was flat, but it turned out to be round, which explains the horizon line. People don't see objects beyond this line. Maybe that's why we don't see objects beyond a certain line in space.
Nonsense! We don't see objects because they just don't exist. There's the edge of a flat universe.
Your jokes are falling flat, and the universe is round!
Oops.
Verdict, guilty. Remove the ring.
My precious! Have mercy! My ring reflects the sunlight! Without it, I won't be so beautiful!
And this is the one who told me to love myself as I am.
Well, tell me, was Saturn wrong, or was I right?
I've learned that the universe has no edge.
Told ya!
But it's also not round, but flat.
But then, why can't we see all of space?
Because the light of most stars hasn't reached us yet since the birth of the universe. All the accumulation of dust and gases prevents us from seeing them.
Those gases are not from me, honest.
I don't believe you.
And the universe is also constantly expanding.
Expanding like your ego!
Unlike the boundless universe, I had an edge. There is no need for me to lose weight.
You've finally fallen in love with yourself!
But something has to be done about the wrinkles. Maybe sun pilling? I'm already so old and still have no ring. Even Neptune has 5 rings.
Rings? Do I have rings?
Your rings are made of water, ice, and silicon salts. Presumably, they also contain organic substances that give them a red tint.
Wow! New ice cream topping!
And this is how he uses his treasures. Fool!
For a real and strong relationship, it's not necessary to wear rings.
It's easy to say when you have a faithful satellite, and I have no one.
Don't worry, it's not the most important thing.
Are you kidding me? You have 7 rings and 82 satellites.
But it's not as fun as it might seem. How do you think my rings appeared? According to one theory, about 4 billion years ago, several large satellites called primary satellites were orbiting around me. But my gravity attracted their metal parts, while particles of ice and dust remained in orbit.
We're doomed.
It will swallow us too.
Or he'll use us to make rings. Oops, a scandal is brewing. Let's get out of here.
Calm down. This is just one of the theories. Another one claims that a large space object crashed into me, and its fragments formed the rings.
What are you doing?
I'm preparing for the fate of a lonely cat lady.
Oh, but why?
Jupiter has thin and flimsy rings. Uranus has dim, dark rings.
Oh, phew.
Saturn, Neptune also have rings. All the planets and even Pluto have satellites. And I have nothing and no one.
What do you mean, no one? And me? You and me are so much alike. I also have no rings and no satellites. But I see it not as loneliness, but as freedom.
What the?
You know what? You're right. Let's be free together.
I thought you'd never ask.
For better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, until death due to my transformation into a supernova blows you up and turns you into my rings.
Hooray! There'll be a lot of ice cream topping.